that beam. We're
Yeah,
going to go
we
to
need
Home
the beam
Depot.
for tomorrow.
Mavs Clippers meet again. 2020 Clippers won. 2021 Clippers won.
Yep.
Lucas Cook though 33-9-9 in the postseason against the Clippers. Brew, how confident are you in your Clippers?
Look, this is just the truth.
Okay.
All right? I have to say it. You can poo-poo it. You can get mad at me all you want.
Don't poo-poo it.
If Kawhi Leonard is healthy, then I've got a lot of confidence.
Sure.
All right? I've got a lot. And I just was in contact with somebody in the know. They said the Clippers are concerned. They said there's a lot of swelling in the knee. He hasn't
I'm
practiced.
not in the know, and I would say.
Well, but the Clippers
could have texted me the same.
They've been saying they're not concerned. I'm just saying.
Obviously.
All right?
Kawhi Leonard's on the team, and he's sitting out.
Here's the thing: they don't always tell the truth, or ever tell the truth when it comes to Kawhi.
I don't know that he
Remember
tells
in
the truth.
2021? Oh, it's just a little thing, and then he has torn ACL.
Skip knew he had a torn ACL before Ty Lue did, guys. He's not very forthcoming about these things.
I don't know if it's him or whatever,
Okay.
but yeah, in 20 and then last year, of course, the meniscus. So if Kawhi's out, obviously, I think Dallas will beat them.
Yes.
All right, because I like Dallas. Luka's my MVP. I like Dallas a lot. Their defense, since they put in Gafford and P.J. Washington and Derrick Jones Jr., like, the defense has been among the best in the league.
Yes.
All right, and then obviously you got the two dynamite scorers. So I like Dallas a lot, but if the Clippers are healthy, I got them winning that.
Okay, Luka has never played the Clippers in a fair fight. Every year he's played them. By the way,
I do think they're better, and I think the Clippers are better. I think both teams are better than their past
that's
matchups.
fair. But Luka has played the Clippers in 2 series. Kawhi and Paul George have been healthy the entirety of both of those series. Luka got his ankle stepped on by Marcus Morris, if you remember, in the middle of one. Didn't matter. Let's see his numbers. Luka in 2 series with Kawhi and Paul George when he's 21 and 22. 5 40-point games. By the way, Luka has 8 career playoff 40-point games, which is 13th all-time, 1 less than Kareem, who played 20 years. What I'm here to tell you is that the Clippers theoretically are a team built better than any team possible to slow down Luka Doncic, and instead he lights them on fire. In his 4th career playoff game ever against those guys, he had 43, 17, and 13 with a game-winning 3 at the buzzer with Kawhi Leonard or Paul George, I don't remember which, in his face. So I think that you have reason to be confident in the Clippers when Kawhi's healthy in almost any other matchup. I think this is the worst.
Even with a healthy Kawhi, they've got no chance?
No. They
got to remember who was coaching them back then, with all due respect. I'm taking Ty Lue over Doc Rivers.
No, I of course am as well. I agree with you, and I think Ty is a great coach. I think the Mavs have, for 2 months, arguably been the best team in the league. They have, some people, our MVP. Bruce is the only one who has vote counts on that one, but I feel like I want to associate. And Kyrie, who I have been a vocal critic of because of the stuff the baggage he brings with him, has checked that bag and just been balling. And so I don't think this is the matchup. They were kind of locked into it for like a week, it seemed like, because you couldn't move up and then we're going to move down. So I think the Clippers, if the Clippers were to beat Dallas, I would say you should be very confident. I don't think they can beat Dallas in a series.
Okay. Playoff Jimmy, next.
Playoff Jimmy.
Playoff Jimmy's back, I think. We have some sound. We don't know if it's from Playoff Jimmy in Oakland. First, Urseg goes full soccer mode here. The ball bounces off his foot. Then full Jason Kelce there, and it works. A's take 2 or 3 from the Nationals. Wonderful. Patriots Day in Boston, so early baseball and the marathon. It's the Gronk spike.
So he didn't even try to throw up?
No, he was trying to do a Gronk spike. Not cool.
You don't like that?
You know, you avoid the embarrassment, though, of if he couldn't have gotten it near the plate.
He definitely could have. He's grown.
Could he?
Yes.
Travis Kelce is the greatest tight end ever and had the worst first pitch, so I don't know that Gronk could have.
Guys say it's the hill. You're not used to the mound. You've been throwing all week.
Guardians win 6-9.
70 feet.
Weird Heat Raptors. Tyler Hero.
That's true.
2 pump fakes, and then gives it to Caleb Martin with the.
They're getting ready for
playoff Caleb.
That's right.
His Eastern Conference Finals. Caleb coming back.
Exactly.
Heat win. He'll play Sixers in Philly. More on that in a second. Weird. Yankees Guardians. Brew, do you like this? Or do you think it's a little pump fake there from Nestor Cortez?
All right. I got to tell you.
That's got a little Jose Alvarado. Just throw it.
I also have to tell you.
Go.
And I'm deeply invested in this baseball season thanks to the Red Hot Kansas City Royals. I don't understand what a balk is if that's right. I just gotta tell you,
you're absolutely
I
right.
talk about sports for a living and have my whole life. No one's on base, so I guess it's okay, but I don't understand it. It's like if you step off the rubber, I don't get it.
Yankees lose it.
No, it's just a mystery.
Weird Hornets, Cavs.
You can do that, but
Poku takes the ball from the refs, and then he just throws it to the ref because he thinks the ref is on his team, but everybody knows refs aren't on the Hornets. They're actually on the Lakers.
It's too much.
Comedy. Wow. I told you, I'm no fan.
Wow.
Okay. Hornets win. They're on
Tigers
vacation.
out for real. Man.
Wonderful. Have you seen the free throw discrepancy graphic?
Yeah, because they don't shoot threes. They're a big team, and they
Buddy,
guard
the free
well,
throw
so they don't
graphic
guard.
is like 300.
Yeah, I understand.
Ohio State, Scarlet Gray game. One-handed grab. 80,000 people at the Horseshoe.
Ohio, 80,000. Football.
Great coverage by Fox on that.
Yeah, it was excellent. And that's weird and wonderful from the national pastimes. Playing time. Heat underdogs in Philadelphia Wednesday at 7. Embiid versus Bam and playoff Jimmy versus everybody. Here's a person we think is playoff Jimmy, but I'm not 100% sure. Take a listen.
It's a time where people really got to think about going up against the Miami Heat and myself. Like, I know what I'm capable of. I know what my squad is capable of. And don't nobody want to see us in a 7-game series anyways. We know that. Right?
That was playoff Jimmy. Now that I heard it, yeah. More faith in Miami or Philly?
This is a weird one because Philly with Embiid this year has been arguably the best team in the league. 31-8. You know, that's a win pace similar to what Boston actually was. And Embiid, since he came back, the box scores look unbelievable. If you watch the games, it's been a little scary at times. There's been injury scares. He seems to be laboring, but he's still scoring 30.
Right.
And I think Daryl did a great job rounding out the roster. So all of those things say Philly. The problem with that is their playoff history is terrible, and a lot of it is because Joel has been dinged up either going into the playoffs or during the playoffs. Now he heads into the playoffs again, seemingly not 100%. But the flip side, Brew, is the only reason to believe in Miami is history.
Yep.
There's nothing they've done at any point this year. You can't point to a single stretch. But you kind of fear them. You know what I mean? And so I think that I think this is going to end up being the 7-8. I think whoever loses this game will beat the Hawks or the Bulls. And I think that's a pain in the ass for the Celtics, whomever they get. My answer is Philly. But history says I'm wrong. But because Embiid's playing at such a high level before the injury and even post-injury, my answer is Philly.
I hope I'm wrong because I do want to see, and I agree with you. I think the loser of this will beat Atlanta or Chicago. But I'd like to see a nice run from Joel Embiid, and I'd like to see him put the playoff misery to bed as far as his individual performances. But I'm going with Miami as far as who I trust more. Miami has been the mentally toughest team in the league for the last 5 years or so. Philly's been arguably, or certainly one of the least mentally tough. Now, I do like Nick Nurse. I think he's a very good coach.
Been great.
Yeah, and Kelly Oubre's playing really well. Yeah, I like Oubre.
20th.
So on paper, there's every reason to go with Philly. But again, Embiid, we're going to find out. Have his playoff problems been he's a little mentally weak, a la James Harden, or have they been he's always banged up? We think we're going to find out because he might be banged up right now.
Right, yeah. I don't know that we're going to find that out.
He could get banged. Well, even before Doc, I think there was some issue. He could get banged up at any point.
But you don't think he's already banged up?
No, I'm hoping not.
You think he's
he left one of the games. He did come back.
Hurt again?
He left one game early, but came back and finished it.
I just don't think he's 100%.
And that's the problem. He's never 100%.
I don't know that my general feeling on coming back from injuries is if you were not a professional athlete and you had suffered the knee injury that Joel Embiid suffered, would your doctor say in part of the path to being back at full strength is playing big-time basketball games? Probably not. Yeah. So I don't think the injury is going to get – maybe, again, I'm obviously not a doctor. It worries me. But he has been Nikola Jokic aside, he's been the most dominant player in basketball for 2 years.
He was the best player in the league early on before he got hurt. He was playing like that. Mm-hmm. And I think Philadelphia – their mentality must be, you know what? Who knows when he's going to be healthy? So if he can play, just play.
Yeah. Okay.
Instead of saving him for
30-7 when Maxey and Embiid play.
Yeah.
Let Maxey win the game.
Maxey's young. I'm not taking him over Jimmy Butler mentally.
But
not yet.
I think Maxey's the guy.
Maxey's playing really well. A lot of people go picking for most improved, but I'm going with Jimmy Butler.
Okay. I'm going to take Maxey.
And Bam. Bam's one of the best defenders in the league. I think he'll guard Embiid about as well as you can.
I want to talk about who's Boston rooting for in that game. Who does Boston not want to see? Philly or Miami?
You really don't want